Well, hey everybody, it's Kevin here for Mobile DJ Remastered. Today I want to talk about TikTok. Now, us mobile DJs, as we have been doing more proms and parties, definitely TikTok is something that comes up over and over again. Some of us get requests for TikTok songs inside of an event, at an event, or even before an event. And I wanted to give you a couple tips and tricks that might help with you guys leveraging and using TikTok, integrating TikTok into your sets. Okay, so first thing, I just want to let you know that, and my son told me this trick, I think it's a great tip, is that if you're presented with a request, let's say a TikTok song that comes up in a list of requests, or maybe someone's at your booth kind of asking, if you are asked to play a TikTok song and the person asking doesn't really know the name or the artist or anything like that, you can pretty much look up a couple of the words plus the words TikTok in any, in your Google search or whatever, and you're gonna usually find it because these songs, the ones that are popular, are so pervasive. So if you wanted to do the Megan Thee Stallion song Savage, okay, that was a popular TikTok from a few months ago. If you looked at that one and you said, and someone came up and said, hey, can you play that Ratchet song? If you type in Ratchet and then you type in TikTok, it'll come up with Savage by Megan Thee Stallion. So I guess what I'm trying to say is that's a great tip that you could use to try to find or get down to the bottom of what song should I actually play when maybe the person asking just knows like a word or two or a phrase, okay? Because that's pretty often the case, right? You just know like a little clip in TikTok, you just get that little 20-second clip. Okay, so that's just one little tip to find some songs. But let's say you want to pull songs, TikTok songs into your sets. Now, this is tough because certainly you might have the songs, of course, you might know them. We just talked about one, that's great, but you're not gonna wanna play all 4 minutes or 3.5 minutes or 3 minutes of the song, whatever the length of the song is, because the attention span of the folks that are at your party and at your event are really not that long. And you know what? They just care about that one little clip anyway, the clip from the TikTok videos. So my tip for you guys, and I've done this, and I'm gonna kind of walk you through a little bit of it today. My tip is that you go in and you actually look at those trending TikTok songs and videos. And what you can do is you can get the song, certainly you can look up the song, get the song, and then you can almost like pinpoint in the song where that little special 20-second section is, that little clip that's really gonna make an impact. And my big idea for you is to create a TikTok block, okay? And you could call it a TikTok medley, whatever you wanna call it. But essentially what you wanna do is you wanna go into your DJ software. I happen to use Pioneer DJ Record Box. And this is super easy. And you can do it more complicated. If you have Ableton, or if you have, if you want to do something in Audacity or something like that, you can certainly do that. But this is like poor man's and a quick solution to doing something that will make TikTok stand out in your sets. So what we're going to do is essentially find that little part of the song, and you're going to take your DJ software, and you're basically you're going to clip out, okay, those little sections of the song. And then you're going to, in my example, I'm going to put them in my sampler bank, and then I'm going to hit record, and I'm just going to create a little medley of, here's this little section of my TikTok song number 1, here's the section of, TikTok song number 2, and then song number 3 and song number 4. And I don't think you should go more than like 3, 4, maybe 5 of those. But in essence, what you're doing is you're creating a 1-minute little file, a mix, if you will, but it's not a mix. It's really just a mashup. Not even a mashup, really. It's a slam, because you have section 1 of a song, and it doesn't really matter the BPM. I think it matters that you maybe, if you're a perfectionist, you're gonna wanna get it on beat. So, like on the 1, you would drop, the next snippet or whatnot, and then you drop the next snippet on the one. And essentially what you're gonna have is this little clip, okay, of 4 or 5 or whatever you choose, TikTok songs. And you can do that thing, that medley, you can make those TikTok blocks over and over again. You can make 5 or 6 of them, 10 of them, whatever. And as new songs kind of come out, you could create new ones, because it's a very constantly evolving little ecosystem with TikTok. So in any case, you get this little block and you can just drop it wherever. So let's say you're playing whatever, you're playing a jam, you're playing some Dua Lipa or something, and you just kind of like, boom, drop in your TikTok block. Now, what would be really cool is if your first song had like a beat to it, then of course you could mix it in. That'd be really slick. You could of course add a DJ intro edit on the back end or the front end or whatever, and you could mix in and out of it. But I think it's just super easy, super quick and cool to just make these little medleys, because those songs, a lot of them are kind of throwaway as a whole. You're not gonna play the whole song, but you get the snippet and it works. Let me show you in the DJ software. Here's Rekordbox, and what I'm gonna do is show you guys, right now I have my TikTok crate open, and these are just like songs that are TikTok friendly, and I'm gonna open my sampler, which in Rekordbox is right up here. Okay, so I'm gonna show you guys, I've got some loaded. I'll just show you with this Verna Felton song, Bippity Boppity Boo from Cinderella. Okay, now hopefully I won't get in trouble. I don't know, Disney's pretty good at catching you and in terms of copyright, but let's see the way this song starts. Just listen for a second how it starts. Okay, that first little flute kind of thing, this part, that's not part of like the TikTok dance or the TikTok part of the song that everybody knows. So I noticed that right here where I put a hot QE, that's really where it starts. Okay, so I'm gonna play it from here and you'll recognize it. I'm thinking if you're a TikToker. Okay, you can kind of hear that. And right there at F, so I marked F as a hot cue, because I'm like, that's exactly the point where it is done. Okay, so just to recap, listen. Okay, right there, boo. Okay, bippity boppity boo is, and then something happens or whatever in the TikTok. So at this point, I know that's my end point, and if you could keep going with this song. And it's like, it's the Disney song, and that's not really anything that we want to play or capture. And look at this song, it's only 1 minute and 15 seconds. It's from like 1950, like we said. So it's a short song, but still, you wouldn't want to play the whole thing. It would really be a turnoff, I think. So back to what we want to do, we want to snip it, and essentially, I want to take between points E and F. I want to take this section of the song. Now, it helps me to set these little cue points. You don't have to do that. It just helps me as a visualizer. Also, notice that I have a cue point set here outside of the beat grid. And that's important when you're doing cutting up songs, especially without an electronically generated kind of music or kind of song. What you're gonna wanna do is turn off quantize, which is this cue here. Turn off quantize, and then you can do that. But if you have quantize on, you will snap to the grid, and you will, anytime you press a hot cue button, it will actually jump to the grid. Okay, so now what we wanna do is we wanna capture this into the sampler. Super easy to do, and there's a couple ways to do it. Here's a quick way that I do it. So make sure that in your control panel here, you switch over to the beat, the loop in and out setting, okay? And that's right here. So I can set a manual loop in and out. So on this first cue point, I'm gonna set my in, okay? And then I'm gonna set the out part of the loop on my other cue point. So basically I'm putting a loop around it. Now this would be kind of cool. If you wanted to, you could take this and obviously loop that. And in fact, if you notice, I created E is a hot cue loop. So basically that's gonna just keep playing. If I click, if I press E or press it on my controller, it's just gonna keep looping that one little snippet of the song. Now, that would get annoying, of course, after a while, but it's good to have that handy, I guess, in case you wanted to give folks, if they were bugging you for, do it again, do that same TikTok over and over again, so they could get their dance right or something, I don't know. Any case, what we wanna do here though, we set up this loop, okay? And I won't play the whole thing, but you can kind of see what happens, I'm inside the loop, and if I kind of go to the end of the loop and I'll show you guys, push play, and it'll swap back. So it's just gonna do that until I click this exit button that's here in the loop section, right here. Now, what I need to do to get this loop into the sampler is go over here, and there's like a little arrow. You can kind of see, there's a little arrow in the track view area. There's also one over here, but that's the magnifying glass. That's not the one we need. We need the one over here on the right-hand side, and there's a little scissors. And if I click that, it takes the loop that I set up and it makes it blue. And I can take this and I can drag it down into my sampler right here. And it's gonna set a one-shot sample. So all I have to do is click this button, and look, it's playing through. You can kind of see it, and it's playing through. Perfect, right? So here's what I'm gonna do. And I set up a couple other ones that, like Ice Me Out, Savage, Roses, and this Laxed. So these are the songs that I wanna build my little TikTok block, okay? Now, these are all kind of, several months old. In fact, maybe almost a year old now, but I'm using these just to show you an example. So I would turn on my recorder, okay? And this is my master record. Now you'll notice that right now I don't have my controller set up. I'm just looking at my laptop, and the master record is locked out right now because I'm not using a paid version of a subscription version of Rekordbox. But if I had this on, I could push this and I could then record. And what I would do is record this, hit record, play through this sample, okay? So I would let this go. And of course, I'll turn the volume back up for a sec. Right? And right on the, at the last beat, so almost like on the one at the end of this beat, I would hit the next one, which is Ice Me Out. Oops.
I ain't gotta get naked for no tennis bracelet.
Maybe you've heard that one. Then at the end of that one, right on the one, I would hit this one. Well, hold on, I'll give it a second. So I would go boom. Because that's Savage, right? And then I would do the next one. Roses. I'll wait for the one. I'm just turning it down so we don't get copyright. Right? Now look, the BPMs are different. These are all kind of like over the place, but I'm just putting these blocks end over end. And I think this will be really helpful in dropping in some familiar TikTok songs, letting the young folks kind of, get their dance on or whatever, do their little TikTok dance that they practice with their friends. And, I think it'll be a hit. And it won't drive you crazy, because I know it can be nuts to try to take all these different requests and also take these songs and chop them up into these little sections while you're trying to mix into other songs and things. This is just a way to incorporate TikTok songs into your sets, and hopefully it's a good idea for you to take advantage of. I know I'm going to take advantage of it this spring and this summer, so that I can help just connect with my audience and my younger folks a little better. Guys, I hope that was a good idea for you. If you liked it, feel free to like the video, and please subscribe to my channel. We're always doing good content to help you guys out and hopefully give you some good ideas. So thank you, and we'll see you next time.